Y'all know I done told y'all I don't really like the street type of rap music, but I kind of rock with the rappers who make money music. So with that being said, one of my favorite artists used to be Young Dolph, man. Like I still listen to Young Dolph to this day. And so this dude right here, his name is Hernandez Govan. He's one of the dudes who planned the M of Young Dolph. So if y'all didn't know about that case, basically the dude just beat his case. I think he was facing life or multiple years. And I think it came down to Young Dolph's family and they said, nah, free that man. And if you really from one of them environments, you know that if the family says free that man, you're about to get your ass. You know what I'm talking about? They finna pop him. He don't got that much longer on this earth. That hourglass just started clicking. So they got him free. I hope the dude not in Memphis, because you know Memphis, they Chicago twin. They up the street. They just like us. They just as violent, except for they don't got nothing better to do. They don't got no nice buildings, no nothing. So they really just running around popping and getting money. And I ain't mad at it, cuz. I ain't mad at it, bud. You know what I'm saying? So we about to see, because they saying that they put a bag on this man's head the moment he walked out of prison. So let's get the full story. Let's get straight into the video.
Is at your house. Is Straight Drop at your house also?
Correct.
Okay, and you guys are talking about potentially a deal with CMG.
Yes. We were basically at my house. Juke was telling us how to promote the music, how to get Justin the type of buzz that was needed to actually sign to the label.
Drug got what it takes. You would think I signed with OVO the way I keep that Drake. Hey.
Man. Can't ran up on
like being mouth. Only niggas that gon' shoot for me, the ones you see me with.
I gotta report his ass to the feds. We need him gone. He took off.
And I'm business at your millions. They gon' spend when I get rich. I'ma shit and back it up no matter how big that I get. Oh, nigga.
Mr. Johnson, the jury having found you guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and convicted felon in possession of a firearm. As the 13th juror, I affirm this verdict. As to the first-degree murder, I sentence you to life in prison. I will set punishment as to the conspiracy and the convicted felon in possession of a firearm after a sentencing hearing.
Ain't no bitch beside two real niggas.
Damn, like that.
Two real niggas with a pussy in the middle, man. Y'all don't do that, man. Don't fuck up our legacy. So pussy right here, y'all. Two guys.
Why you hating that much? It's just about. Y'all should do that for me right now. And y'all should press the bell, because I'm...
What's up, what it do? Drill Chain TV checking in once again. Now, Hernandez Govan is on a campaign to misrepresent the truth on every platform that he questioned upon, by convincing the world to believe that everything his pill-popping hitman claimed in the courtroom was a fictional depiction of what actually happened in real life.
Really?
All because he had experienced attorneys that knew how to set the deck in the jury pool. But if you compare and contrast both of their stories together, only one of them really makes sense, showing cause and effect. Now, if Govan ain't careful, he go fuck around and pull a Keefy D and have his case reopened again. Now, one thing that stuck out like a bad BBL was, in the Vlad interview, Cornelius showed up to his house and he just happened to put it in the atmosphere that Yo Gotti brother Juke, the one that demonstrated his hatred for Young Dolph every chance that he got, was just casually in the house chilling with Straight Drop. And he want us to believe that Cornelius approached him and said, oh, they ain't trying to do nothing about Dolph trying to take Gotti out. And Govan's response was, oh, no, that ain't none of my business, and closed the door in his face. Bow. And he said he wasn't about to relay nothing to that extent to Lil Juk, because shit, he was out here trying to get a record deal. He just trying to get in the rap game, you know?
I see.
But then at one point, Cornelius Smith showed up at the house as well.
Correct. There was a knock at the door. And I went to the door and it was Cornelius. And I was under the impression that he just wanted some X pills or whatever like he normally did. So I told him to come back later. I was trying to get a deal signed for Drop. And he was like, no, it's important. So I stepped outside and that's when he mentioned to me, he was like, man, they ain't trying to do nothing about Dolph trying to kill Gotti. So at that point, I never heard of that incident. You know, I heard of it if you reverse it, I done heard of it that way, you know, the hits, attempted hits on Dolph, but at that point, I hadn't heard anything about someone trying to do anything to got him. And I told him that wasn't my business, and I wasn't finna go back in and mention something to Juke that he hadn't said anything to me about. And so I just left it at that. And went back in and finished discussing the music and the actual deal. And
However, Cornelius would explain the situation very differently. He said when he arrived, there wasn't no straight drop there discussing no record deal with Big Juke. And matter of fact, straight drop wasn't there at all. He said when he popped up to get some pills that day, Govan walked him in the house, and that's when he met Juke for the first time. I guess Govan told Juke, look, this my man C I've been talking about, and Juke cut him off like, man, y'all take them phones outside. So Govan immediately take the phones outside, and Cornelius and Juke get to chopping it up for a minute. That's when Govan walked back in, and he started running down the bounty prices of all the PRE art, with young Dolph having the highest bounty at $100,000.
We knew that, you know.
Wait, so they put 100 on Dolph's head? I ain't gonna lie. And they have bags on all of these artists' head, like from the head of the snake to the bottom of the snake. That's crazy. And then on top of that, like, what I don't understand is, so this man thought that, okay, if I go smoke him, I'm gonna get a record deal. But he didn't think, like, if I go smoke him, I'm gonna go to prison.
He on Dolph and head or whatever, so.
Who had a hit on whose head?
Big Juke had a hit on Dolph head or whatnot, so.
How do you know that Big Juke had a hit on Dolph's head?
Cause Quit had told me about it, Quit, and you know what I'm saying, being just.
How much money was it supposed to be?
100,000 on Dolph head.
And had you agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
How many times had you met with Juke?
Just one time at Quit house.
At Quet's house?
Yeah, Quit house.
And when did that happen? Before or after Dolph was?
It was before.
When that happened, was there conversation about these hits on the PRE rappers?
Yeah, really Quit was doing all the talking, like, you know, tell you who out here pray, how much everybody had on their head and stuff like that. And Juke just like agreeing, like, you know what I'm saying? He made her take our phone outside first before he started doing any talking.
Who all was there for this meeting at Quet's house?
It was just me, Quit, and Juke.
You, Quet, and Juke.
He really wanted to meet. I had pulled up about some X pills, and Juke was already in there.
Gotcha.
And Quit had started talking, you know what I'm saying, like, you see, I heard it. And Juke like, hold up. My phone's outside. He said, I have phone outside.
They came back in?
Yeah, nah. Quit took the phones outside in church. Me and Juke was already in hell, but Quit came back in and started talking.
At that time when you met with Juke, is that the first time that anybody's talked about money on Dolph's head?
Now, the first time, it was just Quit by himself.
So this had come up before with Quet,
Yeah,
and then comes up again with Quet and with Juke.
right.
When did you, in that timeline, so first just Quet, next Quet and Juke.
Right.
When did you met Justin in that timeline?
Ooh, you like right around the same time, you know what I'm saying?
As the first time when it was just Quet, or the second time when it was Quet and Juke?
Like, in between the first and the second time, I had, like, Quit had put me in Justin together, basically.
Okay.
That's how I met him. Quit.
Juke's the money man calling the shots.
Right. Yeah.
Quet puts you and Justin together.
Right.
And you and Justin are cool with each other.
I would like to point out that Vlad had him in a chokehold and he couldn't almost get out that figure four headlock. And Vlad tried to counterattack by asking, so you didn't introduce Cornelius and Justin to Juke. So what did you think when you heard that they happened to be the shooters and Juke set up the bounty? Did you think it was a coincidence? He got to speaking in riddles and tongues and all type of shit, you hear me?
Along with Straight Drop, another suspect, 32-year-old Cornelius Smith, was listed as a suspect as well. This is now two guys that were at your house a couple months prior.
yeah.
So when you heard that these two guys that you personally know are suspects in the murder of one of the biggest rappers ever in Memphis, did you think that it was mistaken identity, or did you think like, okay, this actually makes some sense?
Well, actually, I know you said it was I think you said it was posted January 15th or whatever about Justin, straight drop.
January 5th.
January 5th, he was a suspect. I knew the same day. It was all over social media.
You know what I don't like, y'all? Our people come on this interview with his arms crossed, speaking properly, talking as though he's a man of morals and integrity. But when it comes to your people, the people that look like you, your community, you would never show him this much respect. You actually, if he was from your community, if he asked you this question, you may tear him down and treat him as though he's the police, or talk to him as though it's something wrong with him. But if it's another demographics platform, you're gonna treat it with respect. I think that's something that black people need to work on. That's just me though.
Yeah, moments after Dolph got killed. And so, you know, everyone in Memphis, Tennessee knew about the CMG paper route beef. So after I, you know, made the introduction, the music introduction or whatever, I got out the way. I was still doing what I do in the neighborhood, on the street, you know, as far as selling my marijuana and whatever, you know, my sports betting, whatever it is that I do. So I couldn't babysit the music situation. When I made the music introduction, I got out the way, and I was still doing what I do. So when I heard that same day that Justin could be a suspect, you know, it was alarming because I knew he was in a space where it could possibly be true, you know. So yeah, it was alarming to me and concerning.
Now remind y'all, Juke and Govan was associates. And Govan said he introduced Straight Drop to him trying to get a record label, so Straight Drop and Cornelius didn't have no ties to Juke. So how is Cornelius connected to this hit if Govan didn't introduce him to Juke and Straight Drop? Hey, look, quick, man, check it out. I don't know who you fooling, but the whole world already know that was your flunky that you sent off, man. That was your customer that you was serving. He wasn't down with Trula Mafia. So for you to pair up Straight Drop and Cornbread like that, and Straight Drop kept quiet and got a life sentence, and you walk free, and for you to turn around and tell Vlad that Straight Drop was in a space where it could possibly be true, meaning that he hooked up with Juke behind your back and killed Dolph, and you had no knowledge or nothing to do with it, with one of your customers riding shotgun, man, that's nasty work. Yeah, that's nasty work. Bro, you gotta quit sneak dissing and trying to create a narrative that this shit happened to Dolph because he brought it upon himself. We all know you was fucked up and sick your shooters on him on some middleman shit because you needed a couple bucks. Yeah, you already know. We read that book before you wrote it. Now, no matter if you agree with the verdict or not, we all can agree on one thing. It all boiled down to the jury. So it appears that a jury mostly comprised of African Americans just couldn't accept the fact that they were possibly listening to a truthful testimony based on the fact that Cornelius has a drug addiction and likes to get high as a coping mechanism because he recently lost his son.
Bro, everybody know the junkie's the most honest, bro. The junkie's gonna tell you the realest shit. Let me see what the
has a drug addiction and like they were possibly
5 women, 4 white women, 5 black men, 2 white men. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Man, RP Dolph, I'm gonna say it. Bro, hell no. I can guarantee you if it was white women and white men, they would have rightfully sent this nigga up the road. I think that he should have never came home because we all know he did it. And that's why they put that baggage on his head.
Listening to a truthful testimony based on the fact that Cornelius has a drug addiction and likes to get high as a coping mechanism because he recently lost his son. Not taking into consideration that this is testimony from the main shooter with the Draco. You know that Draco we seen in the video before the world even knew who the shooters were? Man, that was cornbread life that Straight Drop was rapping about when he was leaving clues on the internet, drawing attention to himself in the mix of the Dolph investigation. Well, it's clearly we seen Cornelius in that video holding that Drake like a crackhead, letting it get away from him. Man, I say that to say this. That man ain't had no reason to lie. And was telling the truth. He just didn't respect the fact how they tried to work their hand with the money after he already done crashed out and threw his life away. I believe they said he only got like $800 punk ass dollars. And look, if they wouldn't have got caught, he would have had to take that L on the chin. And Cornelius expected $40K from that hit. And after they did what they did, Cornelius
40K for you tell me I'm getting 40 racks, you give me 800, I'm snitching on your ass too. You think I'm a fucking pussy? Are you crazy?
to Straight Drop about the money. And Straight Drop told him hold tight and be cool, cause Juke said it's hot right now. Insinuating there's too much going on right now for anybody to receive their payout. And meanwhile, right now.
Off the plane, what them niggas said now? His gun jam. That's it. That's all. Your mama had a thing for Govan, and he was finna play Stepdaddy. I'm finna call. Folks just be Facebook shit hurt my.
Insinuating there's too much going on right now for anybody to receive their payout. And meanwhile, Straight Drop drip down in design or doing features with CMG artists. But at the same time, Cornelius looking at this punk ass $500 in these few pills, and he's scratching his head like he's trying to make it make sense, but it ain't even adding up no more. So he like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. And all that cloud chasing Straight Drop was doing Straight Drop done chase this shit straight into a 6x8 jail cell.
You were describing staying in touch with Justin, is that right?
Yeah.
To your knowledge, was he still in town or out of town?
My knowledge, he was here.
And you had mentioned the money, is that correct?
Yeah.
And he had told you that Juke said it was too hot right now.
Yeah, it was too high right now.
But were you still interested in your money?
Yeah, I just wanted my money. I did the job, I just wanted my money.
And now we're back after the money. You're trying to get your money.
Right.
You're having conversations with Justin, is that correct?
Yeah, I was taking his phone like, you know what I'm saying? I need that money for the party.
And Cornbread would also mention about a month and a half after meeting Govan, he was seeing him and Straight Drop off on a mission to collect that bounty on Paper Road Woo, which ended in a shootout because Woo wasn't gone. Now Cornbread stated Govan provided him with a lemon-ass pistol that he couldn't squeeze because it jammed like Smuckers. Quit fucking playing. So boom, he almost get his wig split to the white meat, right? But he made it up out of there. I guess Govan figured Wu would be easy money and an easy target. They said he was running game on Wu mind. Through her, he would send his fake love to foster trust and constant keep a tab on Wu whereabouts. Cornelius said it was him, Straight Drop, and Bobby. He said Bobby stopped messing with him when Straight Drop told Govan that Cornbread didn't wear a mask when he was tossing that paper route Wu. And you already know why they reporting to Govan. You know how I go in the hood. Whoever got the bag is the mover and the shaker, while the junkies get controlled by their addictions.
How long have you known Mr. Govan?
I met him in 21. Mid-21, something like that.
Mid-21?
Like in the middle of 21.
When you met him, under what circumstances were you meeting?
I met him through an individual named Bobby. Buy pills at the time. I was just buying pills.
And would that be Bobby Carter?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were buying pills from Mr. Govan?
Yes, ma'am.
And what kind of pills were you buying from Mr. Govan?
Ecstasy and sometimes Percocet pills. Oxycodone.
Would you say, why were you buying pills from him?
Because I popped pills. I was popping pills at the time. That was my drug pill.
Was there a particular incident that caused you to start?
I had lost my son in 2020, March of 2020, and I just went back on.
You had been on them before?
Yes, man, I had been on them before.
And then you at some point stopped?
Stopped.
And after your son
got killed, I stopped at pop.
And through that course, you got to know Mr. Govan?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's go back to mid-summer or so, however you say it, of 2021, when you first came into contact with Mr. Govan. At what point did the situation change from you, or did it change from you buying pills from him to something else?
Like, I guess after a couple runs of going to buy pills on my own from him, you know, we started asking me, I want to make some money. You know, we knew ways I get some money. I'm like, yeah.
Did you want some money?
Yeah, because sometimes I go to him and ask, can I get a couple pills on credit? So, you know, that was when he was like, you want to make some money?
And why did you need money? Were you working at the time?
Yeah, nah, not really. I wanted to get working like that. I couldn't just keep a job. Like that. I ain't gonna lie.
So you wanted money. What did you want money for?
I just make sure my children were straight, you know, buy me a couple pills, make sure I was good. A lot of people.
And how many children did you have at the time?
I had 5. I got 5 now, but I had 6.
6 all together. It
was after my son son got killed, I had 5.
So at some point, Mr. Govan asked you if you wanted to make some extra money.
Make some money.
And how were you supposed to make extra money?
Well, he told me that, it was a ban on paper out here.
Okay, I ain't understand nothing.
It was a hit on, it was a hit at the time on a couple guys in paper out here, or whatever.
Okay, and what were some of those individuals' names, if you can recall?
Paper out Woo, Young Dolph. I don't know all the names, because I ain't know who they were.
He don't remember the ones he popped. Talking about a real shooter, y'all.
At what point
Don't even know you getting shot at.
did he mention the actual bounties, as you say?
One night leaving getting some pills. He mentioned the prices on.
So just talking about all his junk he had.
It was, who had
Young
the
Dolph
most?
had this man.
Prior to that, were you involved in any other shit?
Well, one day, Mr. Govan had provided me with a gun. And Bobby dropped me off. I get out walking on foot. Paper out Woo coming out the house. He had his gun in his hand at the time. And I was walking up the street.
But let's get the full overview of this, because y'all know they put 200K on his head, so this is what he talking about right
Got off the plane. What these boys done said now. One user wrote, his gun jammed, that's it, that's all. Another user wrote, oh, your mom had a thing for Govan and he was about to play stepdaddy. Paper Raw Woo responded, that man ass was finna die. And then they replied back, and I'm finna call her because I need her side of the story. Young Dolph cousin Key Glock will chime in by saying, my city failed me, but what's new? And that's crazy, but you want to hear something real crazy? Listen to the juror state the reason they came up with a non-guilty verdict.
It is a case that gripped the nation, the trial of Hernandez Govan, the man once accused of orchestrating the deadly attack on rapper Young Dolph, started and ended last week. 12 jurors acquitted Govan on all charges. The foreperson of that jury sat down with WREG's Dorita Patterson for an exclusive interview on how the verdict was reached.
2 words read aloud by the judge last week.
Not guilty.
Meant Hernandez Govan was walking out a free man after beating charges of conspiracy and first-degree murder in the shooting death of rapper Young Dolph. For the first time, the foreman of the 12-member jury says it is because of 2 words that decision to acquit was made.
Purely circumstantial.
Reasonable doubt, he went on to say, created when the defense began poking holes in the prosecution's case.
I'm happy that he's free, though. I'm happy that he's free. Because where we from, he deserves an eye for an eye. I think he should stay in Memphis. I think that he should just live life normally and then live with the results for the decisions that he made. I genuinely feel that way, y'all. I can't lie to you. I can't even hold you. Dolph motivated a lot of people. Dolph done changed a lot of lives. He actually has made a positive impact on this world. This man is a drug dealer. He sends people off, has sent people to prison, and I believe that the world will be a better place without his energy. And for that reason, I hope the worst for this man. But y'all watching this video, I hope the best for y'all. Do you hear me? Make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe to your boy MasoMoney, because we really family now. Like, you really you my dog like that. Even if I hate you, I love you. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see y'all in the next one, man. I'm out.